If you've got a broken window and can't find a glazier,
Ring YTV's Christmas line on Leeds 448
It's Breaking the News with Des Clark.
Hi, I'm Des Clark, and this is the best of Unbroadcast Breaking the News, a chance for you to hear bits from the show that didn't quite make the edit the first time around. If you like, it's the broken bits of Breaking the News. Here's just a taste of what's coming up.
You better come back with a husband this time.
Because he owns 12 guns and doesn't believe in climate change.
Have you guys heard of this place? It's called Edinburgh Castle.
Just want a coffee and a sandwich. I don't need an intervention about that.
She's really dragging this out.
You're even divorced? That's amazing.
Sometimes
I've no written it down right.
I don't know, it's a bit hypocritical from Mr. Gout.
I love a party with a happy atmosphere.
Stick around, it's worth finding out what that's all about, and to hear me sing, of course. Now, what makes a great clip for the best of Unbroadcast special? Well, it needs to be funny, of course, never before heard on Breaking the News, and being a little bit weird helps too. With that in mind, let's dive right in with a clip featuring some stalwarts of the show. Raymond Mearns, Marjolaine Robertson, Ray Bradshaw and Crystal Evans, who all start talking about the debate around Scottish independence, but end up at podiatry.
So what do you think about this then? We're looking at the idea of having a referendum, but not on independence. So Marjolaine, what would you like to hold a national referendum on?
Any decision I ever have to make ever. Because I take so long to make my mind up about anything, often I miss the chance and the food's gone off in the refrigerator. And I was just thinking, like, I know what is this? So they're proposing it now, so it might happen in 16 months. So that'll be 16 months of proposing it, everyone having to decide, them doing it, them counting in it, them lying about the results. And I think that'd be a lot longer than it takes me every day to think, should I wash my hair today? Yeah. I know, I'm a catch. When I told my mum I was going on Breaking the News, she was like, you better come back with a husband this time.
We could have a referendum on finding your husband.
Oh, where is he?
I'll be honest, if you're wanting a sugar daddy in here, you might be fine, but...
I like a man who knows how to swing a free ticket.
What a horrible euphemism.
We're in the right room. Oh, Raymond! Reaching to Raymond Mearns for some sense here.
Yeah, I would have a referendum on outlawing wearing socks with sandals.
Finally, somebody said it.
That's absolutely got to go, man.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of it in this weather, aren't you?
Yeah, oh, it's outrageous, man. People just need to buy decent socks as well. But mind you, there's also the issue of fungal toenails, actually. So I would ban sandals altogether. Sandals have got to go.
Yeah. Sandals gone. Are we happy with that?
Yeah, happy.
And as horrible as they are, I'd make them wear Crocs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think the problem there is actually the feet. Just ban feet.
You can't ban feet. You need feet. You need your feet.
Okay.
But I was having a beer. I was having a beer with a mate of mine, and he was wearing sandals, in fact, with foot socks, and he's got fungal toenails. Honestly, and that way I'll never eat skips again.
Marjolaine, I think we found your new husband.
I don't know, it's a bit hypocritical from Mr. Gout.
Hey, the gout. Hey, the gout's internal. My toes are beautiful, baby. My toes are tip-top toe guy.
Tell you what,
The gout's inside the foot.
when I go home to clip the sheep, you come with me, and when I'm clipping their hooves, I'll inspect your feet.
Clip the sheep's hooves?
Yeah.
Sheep's.
Can I just say, I hope that if we get a referendum, that this is how all the debates go.
There we go, comedian Raymond Mearns, who models sandals in his spare time. Now, chat about love and relationships always pops up on Breaking the News, whether that's a celebrity couple, the love lost between politicians, or that special bond between Piers Morgan and that one viewer that's still hanging on. Comedian Rachel Jackson shared her story of a whirlwind romance that left Jeff Norcott and Amy Matthews a bit concerned.
What is the most romantic thing that you've ever done? Rachel?
Well, I recently flew to Nashville. Yes, to basically, I met this guy at a comedy club in Edinburgh in November. He was the front row, and he was just as broken as I am. I was like, wow, this is it.
So you got a particularly Nashville type name?
His name's Tyler.
That is very American, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I mean, is there a
Tyler.
country and western song here? Just a small town girl from Edinburgh making her way to Nashville?
Yeah, exactly. But yes, I flew all the way to Nashville to see him. We'd only been on 2 dates in Edinburgh. And then he actually paid for my train. My train? that would have been a long train.
Yeah.
He paid for my flight to Nashville. So I went all the way there after 2 dates in Edinburgh. So it could have gone horribly wrong. And a lot of my pals were really worried because he owns 12 guns and doesn't believe in climate change. But, you know...
Right, I mean, the way you're describing this could either end up in marriage or a Netflix documentary.
Yes. And to be honest, I'm desperate for fame, so even post-mortem, like...
Does anyone in the current front row not own 12 guns and want to date Rachel?
No takers. I'll stick with Tyler.
Some of them might even think recycling's a good idea.
Well, what were your... Because I know the great thing about women is that their friends are so invested in them. And I mean, if that happened to a bloke, we'd go, all right. But what were your friends? Were they asking questions? Like, what's he like? Did he pay for the flights on points or with actual money?
I know, people were really worried. But when you know, you know. And he is, honestly, despite everything I've said, a really lovely guy.
Oh, yeah, I'd say he was lovely if he had a gun pointed at me. Yeah, absolutely.
You're never going to leave me, baby girl.
Especially if you're not doing him any favours here. The course of true love never did run smooth. Good luck to them, I say, and I look forward to the wedding in Nashville. I've already bought a hat for the occasion. It's a 10-gallon. Next up, in a chat about holidays, Susie McCabe and Jamie McDonald discover they've both been to the same sunny destination, but under very different circumstances.
My last holiday I was on, I was sat next... Me and my partner were sat where we always kind of sat. Not that we're going out putting towels down, but we're just sat, quite the thing. And this large kind of English family came over, and the son was about 24, which is always a suspicious sign if he's on holiday with his parents and their friends. And there was a day trip to spin along at a former leper colony, and he went, do you think they've still got lepers in the colony? And I was like, Nicola, we need to move now, man. It's like, do you know what, let's just go to the room, pack the bags, head to the airport, because I'm either going to set him on fire or me on fire. We need to go now.
Susie.
Whereas Alistair's a bit more intelligent.
Susie, no joke, I've been to that leper colony, right? It's off Crete, isn't it? Yeah, I was there on my honeymoon, and it's a leper colony,
You went
right?
to a leper colony on your honeymoon?
Jamie!
You're not even divorced, that's amazing!
Jamie!
Oh, for a blind guy, I walked right into that one. But we were staying in the hotel across from it, right, on a really nice hotel, and we thought we'd go to the leper colony for a laugh, right? And but the Greek guy that took us over, right, and no joke, it was on a boat. Right? His boat, he got it from Liverpool, and his boat was called Footloose.
Okay.
That was the whole trip I tried to spend telling him that.
Unbelievable. You also heard Tiffany Stevenson in there. Now, since 2020, flexible working has become more popular. I regularly present the show from a beach in the Maldives, but it looks like I'm at the recordings in Glasgow. The wonders of technology. One suggestion that popped up was the idea of working from pub, or WFP, which led to comedian Alan Cochrane standing up for independent sandwich shops.
Do you think, Alan, that maybe now, working from home, working from pub, that's gone, we should just be getting back to the office now?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question.
A lot of people say it's a positive thing, you know, interaction and getting out of the house and all that.
Yeah, also, I actually think the sandwich shops do need to be open, and people are making a living out of that. And ideally, I'd like them to be independent, because I get annoyed when I go in Pret and the staff are wearing badges saying, be kind. I just want a coffee and a sandwich. I don't need an intervention about my kindness levels. Also, I find it mawkish, the idea that the world would be a better place if we were all a bit kinder. I don't think that's necessarily true. I actually don't. I think kindness sometimes, is appropriate and sometimes isn't. We don't all have to be kind. They can just sell me a sandwich. Be punctual, I'm absolutely all over that. That would be a better world for me. If everybody was 10% more punctual, I would be impressed. If everyone was 10% more kind, my life would be exactly the same as it is.
Great reasoning and a great argument for good independent sandwich shops. Of course, if a sandwich shop wants independence, it does have to go via the Supreme Court first, Obviously, we have mentioned that there is a drive to encourage more people back into the office, but how do we do that? Glenn, how would you encourage more people back into the office?
I think you'd put out adverts and you say, are you sick of smiling at people? And would you prefer instead to greet people in a corridor by just raising your eyebrows and making this noise? That's it. That would tempt everyone back.
Yeah, I know it's radio as well, but the face you do with that is great.
Yeah. Or alternatively, just if it's a nice opportunity for people to go back somewhere where they can have the worst photo you've ever had taken of you when you have your visitor pass taken, in which the webcam is pointed upwards at you, like you've been caught in a sting operation by the fake shake. And then you've got to wear it round your neck, as if they're going, that's what you look like.
Yeah, and it's still there years later.
Yeah.
Here at the BBC, to save money, we don't update our security pass photos, we just use old ones. So the picture in mine is, it's Chris Evans from 1995. You also heard Glenn Moore there on Getting Back to the Office. The effect of social media is always in the headlines, especially Twitter, that this year was purchased by billionaire and textbook Bond villain Elon Musk. But what would comedian Ashley Storey do if she was in charge? Ashley Storey, you've got a magic wand. What would you do to improve social media?
Can I be, straight up honest?
Go on.
I delete it. We are too stupid a people to be on this platform. We are genuinely too emotionally stunted to cope with social media. I would happily let the whole thing go. Let's go back to pigeons. Do you know who never calls you a fat rocket? A pigeon.
And in many ways, they were the original tweeters.
What are you on for? That was my job.
Wow!
Oh, that's the writers at the back.
Up next is a fantastic clip from a show we recorded in Greenock, where Esther Manito, Alistair Barry and Susan Riddle have a bit of fun with Christopher MacArthur Boyd. And just so you know, Christopher is a short fellow with glasses. That information will become important.
We are obviously celebrating Edinburgh becoming the #1 city in the world to visit. Glasgow in there at number 4 as well. But we should celebrate those hidden gems that people might not know about. Christopher, what hidden gem do you think people should visit and why?
Yeah, I've got pals in Edinburgh somehow, right? And, they said that I was very big to admit this. They said it's the first time they'd ever heard a Glaswegian person say something nice about Edinburgh. But I do genuinely think Edinburgh has the nicest ice cream shop of anywhere in Scotland that I've been, and I've sampled many delights. I've been to Nardini's, R.I.P. But Mary's Milk Bar in the Grass Market in Edinburgh is the nicest. Mary, who runs the place, she went to study gelato at a gelato university in Italy, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
Can I just say,
Milk Bar was a kind of post-World War II thing that was set up, because people, there was that movement to get away from drinking.
I don't know if this is drugs or you just want free ice cream for the duration of the fringe.
Mary's Milk Bar, here's the thing I like about them, right? And I realise this is the most I've spoke about any topic.
That is the ultimate hidden gem, and to be fair, that's exactly what we're looking for. So, Esther, beat that. We're
Give me an hour.
for a hidden gem to visit. Have you got somewhere for us?
Have you guys heard of this place? And I don't know if you have. It's called Edinburgh Castle. No.
Is it near Mary's Milk Bar? Because I've heard of that.
4 minute
If you
walk.
come out of Mary's Milk Bar, which we're all going to go to now.
Sorry, I know that while you were saying that, he did whisper into the mic, 4 minute walk.
And the thing is that you do, I'm not trying to be, but you do look like a kind of wartime child.
It's actually the look I'm going for.
I do feel like we look like a mother-son team. Like, we go everywhere together.
Just trying to get her back.
Honestly, Esther, that's so funny that you say that, right? Because I'm in a group chat with Christopher and we were all slagging him because he looked like the wee guy out of Jojo Rabbit with the specs.
Yes!
So wartime child is
He's got the wartime child vibes.
This is cracking radio.
He's got the heaviness of it on his shoulders of war. And the joy comes from milk ice cream and powdered egg.
Have you heard of a banana?
My mother's got a stocking that she bought off the black market.
On this, I know we do want to go with Christopher the Wartime Child as a fringe poster.
Sorry.
But on the, what we call the show, as a producer faints in the gallery.
Other ice cream shops are available, but not other Christopher MacArthur Boyd's. He's one of a kind. You're listening to the best of Unbroadcast Breaking the News on BBC Radio Scotland with me, Des Clark. And now for something a little bit different. Here's comic Elaine Malcolmson on Scampi Fries.
No, I do think it's good because if you think through history, great things have come out of pubs because like the Scottish Enlightenment came out of pubs, all the culture in the 1920s, Scampi Fries. And then, like, Scampi Fries are top tip for the cost of living crisis because Scampi Fries are really good value because you can still taste them 3 days later. Really good.
It truly is the crisp that keeps on giving. Our next clip features comedian Scott Agnew. Now, not a lot of people know this, but Scott and I actually went to school together, and apparently growing up, we listened to the same music too.
Scott, there you go. We're talking about Taylor Swift and a big achievement for her there, dominating the charts in America. How big an achievement is this then?
It's, like, let's be honest, 10 songs in the top
10
100.
songs in the full top 10 in America.
Full top 10. And you kind of go, that's, I suppose it is an achievement, right? Because it's better than I've done. It's better than I've done, but it's nobody's got off their bookie to go and buy the thing. Do you know what I mean? It's just the youngins went like that, play the album. Now, if we work on that basis, right, can you imagine what would have been filling the charts in the 80s, right? Because I remember for a period of about 3 or 4 years, every kind of function you went to, it was the Russ Let's Party album. Russ Abbott Let's Party album, right?
Russ Abbott Let's Party.
Russ Abbott Let's Party, or Black Lace Party, right?
Yep.
So that would have just filled it for weeks because that was all that went on. It was just like,
what an atmosphere!
What an atmosphere! I love a party with a happy atmosphere.
So let's
take you there, and you and I'll be dancing in the cool night air.
Oh, what about that, ladies and gentlemen?
Do you know the other hit off it?
No.
Let's go to the disco where the music takes you high. There we go.
There we go.
Never worked as well, did it? No.
Oh, that was great. What a moment that was, Scott, innit? That was the ledge to your Ross.
Yes, you can see Scott and I performing all the hits from 1985 in a bingo hall near you very soon. A bit of political analysis for you now with comedians Mark Jennings and Chris Thorburn covering the goings-on in Downing Street as Liz Truss resigned. Remember her? Followed by David Kay's razor-sharp views on the UK's Supreme Court decision regarding a second Scottish independence referendum.
Chris, what's your take on it? It's been a hell of a 7 days. What do you make of the last week in Liz Truss's life?
7 days. I mean, at this point in 2022, time has lost all meaning. She is, by the time this airs, she'll have been PM for 45 days, and still every single person in this room is like, she's really dragging this out. When's she going to resign?
Yeah, it does feel that way, Mark. It's an odd situation, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they were already saying that Jeremy Hunt had effectively taken over the government, and if that's the case and he's going to be Prime Minister, at least we can look forward to the junior minister strikes now, I suppose. But the other option, obviously, would be probably the worst-case scenario option now would be Jacob Rees-Mogg becoming Prime Minister. Although he might save the energy crisis by reverting us all back to kerosene lanterns.
David Kay, what do you think will happen now?
I think it's quite obvious, really. A lot of folk have been saying they took the wrong question to the wrong court. You've heard that. And I think the next time they should really take it to the Supreme's Court. It's going to be a quick verdict because there's only one of them left. So, Diana Ross doesn't get stuck in constitutional procedures. And she'd just come out. Unfortunately, she'd probably say no, but then she'd say, "Where did the love go?"
Yes, it's true. You can't hurry love. Or David Kay. In November, the world's media focused its attention to COP27 in Egypt, but comedian Stuart Mitchell doesn't think much has changed.
It's always a report, isn't it? And nobody, who reads these reports? And whatever happened with COP26, didn't we, in Glasgow, and then we've not really heard. It's nearly COP27, that's in Egypt. Did you know this? This is the next COP, so they're going to have solar panels in the pyramids and picking the delegates up my electric camels.
Some say it's easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission, even if it takes you a while to get round to it. Here's Scottish comedy legend Karen Dunbar with a tale of brisket and regret.
But Karen, in a week of apologies, what is the biggest thing that you've had to apologise for?
This one time, me and my sister went out and got bloated. And when we came back in, my mum had made a big brisket for the Sunday dinner, but I'd came in before my sister, so I ate all the brisket, right? And went into the kitchen and ate all the brisket. With cheese singles, a full pack of cheese singles. Well, I'll tell you, we were bloated. And then I went to my bed, and then my sister came in and came straight to bed. We were bloated, as you do. And then later on, when I woke up, my sister says to me, "Oh, I'm in a lot of bother." And I says, "Why?" And she says, "'Cause I ate all the brisket." My mum says I must have ate it all. And I was like, "Did you, aye?" And I says, "You can't make this up. You actually know this is true." I'd soaked the string and everything and left it in the bin. My sister was like, I even put the string in the bin and I don't remember any of it. And I was like, "That's terrible, Sandra." And never told them for years. My mum put her out. That was a big one. I bought her a Prada bag.
We've finally sorted Brisket Gate.
Karen's always got a great story to tell. Just don't leave her alone with the steak pie at Hogmanay. We like to ask the big questions on breaking the news, like what the ramifications of a major political decision might be, who can or should lead us in these difficult times, and does this milk smell off to you? Ugh. In a moment, you'll hear the slightly confused David Kay pose a big question. But first, Amy Matthews answers one about youth representation.
Amy, why do you think that younger people are underrepresented?
I think there's an element of young people just being slightly disenfranchised, and there's such a chasm between the sort of older and younger generations now. I had a conversation with my granddad who told me that he bought his first house for £3,000. And I had to explain that I also spent £3,000 a few years ago, and it bought me 12 lectures. You got stability and a roof over your head. I learnt that the sort of poetic rhyme in Romeo and Juliet was quite interesting. So one of those things appeals much more to a mortgage broker. I think Shakespeare might have actually been a boomer because he thought a teenager could afford a house with a balcony. So
I'll give you another go at it if you want. 99% of us are now doing what? David.
Is there life in the universe? Oh.
David has answered
Sometimes I've no written it down right.
David has answered my final question with probably the final question. And I don't know the answer to either, to be honest, at this point in time.
I just forgot a few adjectives.
Well, that's brought us to the end of the best of Unbroadcast Breaking the News. I hope you've enjoyed hearing it for the first time. But we couldn't leave without a word from the big man himself. Yes, it's comedian and farmer Jim Smith, whose answers can take you absolutely anywhere, even an enchanted forest. Jim Smith, it's over to you. COP27 is happening. I know you've kept up to date with the minute-by-minute detail of the event. Jim, what have you made of COP27 so far?
Well, this doesn't seem much since COP26, is it? You know, when that was the last chance to save the planet, and now here a year later and nothing much has happened. But
I thought you were going to say, it doesn't seem much COP to me.
Doesn't seem much COP to me, does
Keep that in the edit. So you don't think much is happening, empty promises?
It is empty promises days, and I think the people need to take control. We need to look after ourselves. I mean, if this rising fuel cost hasn't taught us anything, I mean, we should be like Bear Grylls and just trying to live it out. You know, get your local fleece from your local sheep supplier, wrap up warm. Honestly, because I have seen the future. I have seen a kind of post, you know, climate catastrophe change. Because has anyone been to that enchanted forest in Pitlochry? Has anyone been to that? Stick your hand up if you've been. I see that. Honestly, if you want to look what the future's, you know, just there's 3,000 folk a night go up to Pitlochry. Wow. And you have to go into Pitlochry and get bussed out about 2 miles to this forest. Honestly, see the bus, the queues for the bus. There's women, children, and men, the whole three main groups of humans. And honestly, it was like when Saigon fell. You know, there's a rush to get out. Honestly, there's men handing babies to strangers. Just go, get the next bus. I'll get the next bus. I'll meet you in the forest. And you go to the forest, and there's just folk going around, and environmentalists, like they've reintroduced beavers up in Perthshire, up in Alyth, and they're like, oh, let them chop down the trees, you know, let them be natural. But we're trying to plant trees, and there's sheep going off the hills so folk can plant trees now. I mean, I bet if the beavers were in the Amazon rainforest chopping down the trees, there'd be somebody shooting the beavers then, you know what I mean? Honestly. And I always remember as that gangster film, you know, like the Amazon, you know, just take the chainsaws off folk. Take the chainsaws away. Because like that rapper song says, you know, lumberjacks don't kill trees, chainsaws do. You know, but I could honestly, I could go on.
Just a quick reminder, the question was, what have you made? The news is broken. I've been Des Clark. Goodbye!
If you have any problems at all this Christmas,
Ring Waikiki